Good morning to all of you. Welcome to Legal Matters by Sai Babu Sunkara. అందరికీ శుభోదయం. వీడియో నంబర్ 3912 Supreme Court judgment. Supreme Court categorically stated that the police or you cannot jail anybody, you cannot jail someone basing on his ideology, and granted bail to the accused Abdul Sathar. Of course, this is an incident relating to Kerala. In Kerala state, on 16/4/2022, in Palakkad district, an RSS activist by name Seinivasan, he was murdered brutally by three people who came on a motorcycle, attacked and killed him and gone away. He died, and it is a political issue. He belongs to RSS. You may be knowing RSS people and communist CPM people, they are always at loggerheads in places like Kannur, Palakkad and other places. Of course, here it was attributed to PFI, that is Progressive Front of India. So many persons have been arrested in this connection. This man, Abdul Sathar, actually the National Investigating Agency, which is the premier agency of investigation in India and which has taken up the case, they stated that he belongs to the banned BANNED, PFI, and his presence in the jail is necessary to discontinue him from training the people with arms. That is the problem. But still, Honorable Justice Abhay Srinivas and another judge by name Ujjal Beyond, while granting bail to Abdul Sathar. Of course, the case name is Abu Bakr Siddiqui versus Union of India 2022. In that case, previously so many people have been released on bail, and now Abdul Sathar, he was released on bail on 21/5/2025, where the Supreme Court bench said, you cannot put someone in jail for their ideology. You may have different ideologies. There are communists, there are Congress people, there are BJP people, there are RSS people, different ideologies. Ideology is not an offense. With the ideology, with the communist ideology, CPML, if they commit a mistake, yes, it is an offense. That's the problem. Right, as I told you, the murder took place in the year 2022 on 16/4/2022. And the Supreme Court granted bail to others also. Presently, as Abdul Sathar, he is the former Secretary General of the so-called PFI, People Progressive Front of India. The NIA admitted that though Abdul Sathar is not directly accused of the murder, he did not participate in the murder, he was alleged to have been involved in a larger conspiracy. NIA said he was recruiting people for the PFI and giving training to them in arms when he was the secretary of PFI. There are 71 cases pending against him. In this connection, his lawyer, Abdul Sathar lawyer, said, my lord, yes, there are cases pending, but all of them, they relate to the activity basing on the ideology. He participated in the strikes, in the hartals, in dharnas against the collectorate, near the collectorate, other things. So many cases have been booked against him. But in all these cases, he was released on bail. Right? All these are political cases, and of course, he was granted bail in all these cases. Now, Abhay Srinivas Justice. For ideology, you can't put in jail. This is the trend we are finding nowadays. Then when NIA said he has to be in custody to prevent further crimes. Then, very important, Justice Voka said, this is the problem with the approach. You can subject him to trial, you can punish him, you are able to gather evidence. The process itself cannot become punishment. You can't keep him inside for a longer time. In the meantime, you can get the case tried, you can get it finished like that. So, with these observations, they have granted bail. Right? So far, 44 accused have been arrested in this case. This is the conspiracy, and 35 of them are granted bail. How this man is arrested is also a very peculiar thing. Actually, basing on the content of the charges, Kerala High Court ordered that this charge should involve this Abdul Sathar also, because they believed the charges are prima facie true. About 6 months back, Supreme Court said, High Court has committed an error by granting bail to 17 persons without testifying or without inquiring their individual or mistakes. Overtax Supreme Court. Of course, this is a continuous process. Supreme Court Anyway, the important point here is, you cannot confine a person. The police are not supposed to confine persons basing on ideology. Only basing on their activity, basing on their acts, yes, they can arrest him. Otherwise, you can't go for arrest. This is the synopsis of this particular case. So please read the case law and I wish you a legal watch. Thank you.